What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today's kind of like a little story time, so please bear with me for it. If you see the title in the thumbnail of this video, yes, my transmission temperature fluid got up to about 221 degrees earlier, and it wasn't something I'm very happy about. I want to tell you guys my story about this, and there's a lot of guys who gave me recommendations on how to make this not happen again, basically. So what happened was, well, if you are a return viewer of the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. About 2-3 uploads ago, I hauled my Grand Cherokee to a friend's house, maybe like 40-50 miles. So I had about 6,000 pounds of weight on this truck. First heavy tow with this truck, basically. And really, I had no issues with it whatsoever, but I did keep my eye on the transmission temperature fluid the entire time, because as we know, these light-duty trucks, these half-ton trucks, do not have a separate transmission cooler, and transmissions can't be heating up to the same temperature that like an engine can. So we always want to keep our eye on it when towing kind of heavy, because we don't want to fry the transmission, because that's no fun for anybody, especially if it's coming out of your pockets. So basically, about a week ago now, I rented another trailer, this time a 6x12 U-Haul trailer, the big boxed enclosed ones. And I had maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 pounds of my belongings in it, and I hauled about 70 miles. Once again, I had no issues with the tow itself. The truck handled it fine, although of course it was different because I had a big box behind me versus a, small flat, car trailer plus a vehicle, which is also aerodynamic. Everything was fine, but the very last article of furniture that I had to drop off was a couch. I don't know how much couches weigh, 200 pounds maybe, so I had nothing but the trailer and a couch at this point, and I had a very long, steep, and windy driveway to back it up. Now, I guess I could have pulled up, but with a truck with no turning radius plus a trailer, there's not a whole lot of room at the top of this driveway to turn around. So I decided to back up the driveway instead. Thinking back, maybe I should have pulled up and then backed down. I could have done that, but I didn't. So I got myself in position. I start backing up this driveway with tow haul mode on. I had no issues. I was backing up the driveway fine. And then I will say though, getting to the top of the driveway, the very, very top of the driveway, the truck was screaming a little bit to get this thing moved. It was struggling a little bit. It just sounded like there was a lot of stress on the truck. So anyways, I get to the top of the driveway, up on the flat, and then I take a look down at my instrument cluster down here. My transmission temperature is at 208 degrees, and I'm like, holy shit. The engine temperature is only 208 degrees. Like, this can't be good. And so I didn't know what to do, if I should shut the truck off or keep it running. My thought process was that if I shut the truck off, the fluid is no longer, getting pumped through, so maybe it would heat up more. So I just, threw the truck in park, and I sat there. And then unfortunately, I watched it climb 211, 214, 215, 218, and then it eventually topped out at 221 degrees. And yeah, that's not cool. So I immediately took a picture of it and posted it on the 5th Gen Facebook page with 32,600 people, and people started commenting immediately. A lot of guys were just saying like, oh my god, she's blown, stuff like that. But also a lot of guys were very helpful in the fact where they were giving me tips. And so this is why I really wanted to post this video, to give you tips on how not to make your transmission heat up to 220 anything degrees. So basically, here it is. There were a lot of people on the page who said they had a similar thing happen to them, and so a couple recommendations were to use four-wheel drive when backing up like that. And I didn't even think about it, but overall I guess it would have put less stress on the engine, less stress on the driveline, everything, using four-wheel drive. And like, this is legit. This was a steep ass driveway. The truck was struggling a bit at the top of the driveway, so maybe four-wheel drive may have helped. A bunch of other people were saying about maybe every once in a while throw the truck in neutral or something, because apparently the thermostats on these transmissions of these trucks stay closed while in reverse. And so like, that's kind of ludicrous to me. So basically I was suffocating my transmission while backing up for 3 or 4 minutes, however long it was. So a lot of people say that, maybe throwing it every, 100 feet or something like that, throw it in neutral, let it breathe a little bit. So I guess that was a big thing. And then a lot of people, which this is becoming super common, I see it more and more every single day on the page, a lot of people are doing the transmission thermostat mod, so it's called. And basically what that does is it makes sure that your thermostat is open all the time. Your thermostat never closes. thus keeping fluid, you know, flowing constantly. And a lot of these guys are saying they're like heavy towing in the city and stuff like that, and their transmissions are never heating up past like 150 degrees, which is awesome. And basically, I didn't read too much into it, but what it seems to entail is basically tracing the transmission cooling lines and, you know, popping them off where the thermostat is, taking the thermostat out, and actually like flipping a piece of the thermostat, just like flipping it around, putting everything back together, and, you know, there you go, mod's done, it's free. You know, maybe you lose a little bit of, you know, tranny fluid, but overall, a lot of guys are saying that's what's helping them and keeping their transmissions nice and cool. So, you know, once again, that's pretty cool. I haven't read into it too much, but, you know, maybe at some point we'll be doing that mod ourselves, I don't know. So really, that's really all I have for you guys today. You know, I didn't blow the transmission up, I didn't fry it. I mean, if the transmission fluid did get around 250 degrees, I would assume at that point then the fluid heated up enough that there's probably no lubrication left, and so I would do a full drain. But it's been fine. My transmission's been cool ever since. Get it, pun. But I haven't had any issues with it. It seems to be shifting just as it did, you know, prior to that happening. So I'm not worried about it. I'm just kind of putting this out there for you guys, for anybody else who may have a similar thing happen. That's all I got for you guys today. If you liked the video, please smash that thumbs up button for me. If you're not a subscriber, please sub to my channel. It helps me out. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. You know, join the build. I got a lot of plans for the truck. And with that all being said, I will see you guys next week. Peace.